All right, folks, welcome to a comedy stand-up special virtually from Villain Theater. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure to hit that extra browser tab, type in fundy.live/Villain Theater so you can donate if you want to donate to the cause. We got a great night ahead. I'm Jazz Royce.
I'm Julie Baez. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
So we have a great show line of the comics that we have are from different parts of the country. So I myself am personally looking forward to this. How about you, Julie?
I am so excited. And I know that right now at Jazz, this is so weird because for us as comedians, we have to be at a stage and have interactions with the audience.
And feel that natural energy. I totally get it.
So this is a little weird, but we're definitely making strides here, making what is now called the new norm virtually through online, actually.
And we're practicing social distance, staying safe. So, hey, can't complain, right? We're getting the job done regardless.
You know, I'm really proud of Villain Theater for doing this. I'm proud of being part of the Villain Theater community here in South Florida. This is such a cause. And thanks to everybody who's joining us live.
Well, big shout out to everyone joining live. Man, and let's see what type of donations we can get tonight. Because I know the performance is coming up is going to be worth it. Everybody's been prepared and everybody's really on their grind doing this, you know? Despite the quarantine, we're all making it happen. And that's what's important.
That's right, Jazz. You know what? I mean, everybody right now is struggling, but this is for a great cause. The donations are being matched, so anything you guys contribute really helps us out.
Absolutely. And especially during these tough times going on, and we all know how the world's looking right now. It's not in the best shape. We can all use a good laugh and a nice break from all the mass hysteria. Am I right?
I think you have a good life, though, with the last name Royce. I don't know. I don't know, Royce.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm really happy that we're doing this together. I know we're not close together, but we're here together in this new transition. I'm really proud to do this with you.
And likewise, I'm looking forward to this.
All right, so let's get the show started. Thank you again, Jazz, for introducing me again. My name is Julie Baez, and welcome to Villain Theater, virtual stand-up comedy. We have a great lineup for you guys. We're going to show you comedians in just 1 second. So remember to log in on a separate browser so you'll be able to donate directly through our Fundy page at Villain Theater. And again, be part of a great cause. And if you've been home, you've been really depressed, well, this is a time that we can do this together. We're going to start with our first comedian. Okay, our first comedian coming in is from South Florida. She's originally from New York City. Coming up right now, the one and only Nileja.
Hey.
Nileja, how are ya?
What's up? What's up? It's Nileja. This is a crazy time to be doing comedy, man. So much going on in the world right now.
Absolutely.
A Facebook friend of mine posted that it was like we're in this weird summer hybrid movie of Do the Right Thing and Contagion. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. You know, I've been on Facebook a lot. It's been ridiculous. I'm rereading people's posts. I'm having arguments and fights. I'm blocking and deleting people. It's crazy.
It's that type of time right now, for sure.
Crazy, man. Ain't nothing else to do, you know? Like, you know, I never used to be on Facebook like that, you know? I had a Facebook friend message me like, damn, you know, you've been posting a lot. I've never seen you on Facebook like this before. And I was like, because I had a life before, just saying. Not saying that people are on Facebook a lot don't have a life, but I'm just saying I wasn't on it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I was out living my life and posting the photos on Instagram. So obviously my life is better. Facebook is a trip, but yeah, you know, it's actually been cool. It's been like a nice way to socially connect with people during quarantine. It's kind of like been my beach, my park, my nightclub. So, you know, kudos for that. You know, everybody's been getting fat during quarantine. I was trying to track my calories. I started off real good, y'all. You know what I mean? I was tracking my quarantine calories, but I lost count of the stains on my sweatpants. And after that, I was just like, what? It's over. It's a wrap. So I gained like 15 pounds, you know. I'm putting that out there because skinny bitches get hated on a lot. So I'm letting y'all know I'm trying to make somebody happy out there, all right? I'm this skinny bitch gained 15 pounds, haters, okay? I'm here to spread love, joy, and happiness. Choke on it. Thing that pissed me off the most though about quarantine was I got a Brazilian bikini wax 5 days before we got locked down. 5 days. That is 3 weeks of easy access vagina completely down. And like I could have spent that $45 on vodka if I had known what was gonna happen. But how you supposed to know? How you supposed to know? You know, it's cool. And you know what's funny? Like, I gotta tell you guys something. When I went and got this Brazilian wax, this is for my ladies out there. I'm gonna give y'all a little warning. Do not go to a wax place 15 minutes before they close. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do it. I had 3 Asian women working on me at the same damn time. I'm on all fours. There's one in front, one in back. I'm like, damn, I know y'all want to go home, but shit, like, I left out of there feeling confused like a motherfucker. I was like, did these Asian hoes just run a train on me? I don't know what just happened. I went home and took a shower in the fetal position. Like, just don't do that shit. But now it's a mess all over again. Like, it's completely grown over. Like, I feel like my hymen is reattaching. Going to the bathroom, complete struggle. It's like a forest down there, for real. I thought I heard a duck whistle come out that shit. Like, oh! So, you know, once they reopen, I'm gonna get that shit taken care of. But yeah, coronavirus is a trip, man, and hopefully we're kind of getting out of this, you know, flattening the curve, as they say. One of the funniest stories I read though during this shit was the governor of Kenya put Hennessy bottles in his coronavirus care packages. Hennessy bottles. This of it, but then I was like, my nigga, that's like Kenya. I mean, I never heard of something so ratchet since I started seeing JB Smooth doing Crown Royal commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what's next. I wonder what's next. Vitamin C and cocaine, like cocaine tablets and vitamin C tablets, like mixed together and shit. Like, I just expect he's gonna have Flavor Flav come and talk to the kids, like have a and shit. You know, God forbid they come up with the vaccine. Can you imagine that syringe would be half heroin, half vaccine? You go to the street corner in Mombasa, just nodding out. You know, oh, they gave me a shot. I ain't got the Rona. Oh no. Watch out for them Kenyans, man. They have you fucked up. Obviously the big news and why we're here, you know, I want to give a shout out to the Villain Theater and Anastasia for putting this together for a good cause, to support the cause of Black Lives Matter. It's a crazy time, man. You know, there's no jokes to be made about that shit, you know? I'm just glad that we're shedding more light on it. You know, hopefully this will be the one that gets us to a better future as a country. I'm gonna tell a little quick story before I close. From New York City, and a couple of years ago, there was a bomb that went off on 23rd Street, like a half a block down from our home club, Gotham. And it had the city kind of like very like uneasy, you know, especially around Middle Easterns and Muslims, because everybody was saying they thought it was a terrorist attack, blah, blah, blah. So I get out of Gotham one night, I get an Uber. Y'all got Uber down here, but we use Uber in New York a lot, especially Uber Pool. So usually, you know, I get in my Uber Pool, I don't talk to the other person. I get the Uber Pool this time. There's a Middle Eastern woman sitting next to me, full hijab, everything, right? Usually I sit down, headphones in, I don't make eye contact, like don't try to be friends with me, none of that shit. For some reason, I see this woman and all of a sudden I was fucking Wendy Williams. I was like, girl, how you doing? You know, like just talking, making conversation. I'm like, so what's it like to be from a Middle Eastern country? Like, do y'all really dress like Sex in the City under y'all clothes? Like, America is great. We got food, fashion, fun. Please don't bomb us. Now, I didn't say that, but that was the subtext of what I was doing, you know? So like I got out of the car and I was like, wow, I am an asshole. Like, I just totally profiled her with my bullshit, you know, out of this fake fear that I had that was put into my head, you know? So my point is, like, we all a little fucked up sometimes, right? The point is you have to be honest with yourself when you recognize that stuff and be willing to make a change, you know, in your heart and in your mind. That's where it starts. We have to be able to change ourselves individually, and hopefully we'll be able to get to a good place. Change is not easy, but you know when it's right. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks. Take care. Keep loving each other and be safe.
Thank you so much.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nileja. Thank you so much. I mean, honestly, by number one, I didn't know that you sounded like Wendy Williams. Girl.
How you doing?
How you doing? You know, I totally understand the experience of getting a Brazilian wax. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to get a Brazilian wax and it was my first lesbian experience because the girl was like,
yes. She blew in your shit. You got excited, Julie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I would have.
I love you, Nileja. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and being on the showcase with us.
Thank you for having me. Peace and love.
So I know Nileja is from South Florida. She always tells me that she's from New York. So I love that she's here now and she's part of our family. I've been living all my life here in Miami, and I've been married for a very long time. But at the end of the day, I got to tell you, during quarantine, I felt like I divorced my husband 98 times. I homeschooled my kids. So I am the teacher of the year, okay? I am a cook. Right. I do it all. I am the mother of the year. I'm having a great life. All right, Jazz, who's next on the lineup?
All right. Up next on the lineup, we got Mr. Dorian Debose from Kansas City. Woo! Dorian. Woo!
Hey, yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. Good to see all you beautiful black faces here.
Right back at you, man.
Yeah, in my sets, I do like to have these conversations about race, just because I think it's important that we can get our messages out there, and to make sure that we can all grow in each other's presence, or we can enslave the white, whichever happens to happen first. So with that being said, I think grizzly is a slur for bears. I mean, think about it. When I say brown bear, what do you think? A bear that's bad at football. When I say black bear, what do you think? Walter Payton.
Oh.
But when I say grizzly bear, all of a sudden everybody gets up in arms. Like, oh shit, a grizzly. We gotta get out of here. Did you walk up the valuable? You know there's only 3 things we call grizzly? Murder scenes, men who don't shower, and bears who are really just trying their best. Did you know that polar bears are larger and more aggressive than grizzly bears? And yet it's the polar bear that managed to secure the Coca-Cola sponsorship. The polar bear gets a press conference. The grizzly bear gets told to pull his pants up. I can't help but notice that the white bear is getting second chance. I think every time we say grizzly, bears hear the N-word. I think that bears are actually just super cool neighbors that try to come up to you and tell you when the barbecue is. But it comes out as raw, because that's how you say that in their language. And in response, we say, oh shit, a grizzly, which they hear as, get the rope. But they're used to being discriminated against. They're used to this kind of bigotry. They want to continue the conversation. They keep coming forward. And that's when we whip out the bear spray. So let's run through this interaction. We show up to their neighborhood, call them a nigga, and then we hit them with the super mace. I'd be mauling humans too. Rolling up to their joint, starting shit and throwing gas. We're basically treating these bears like peaceful protesters. People think they're not a bigot because they're a fan of Smokey. Smokey's a fucking race traitor. Smokey's the third worst race traitor in America after Herman Cain and police horses. Yeah, they only love Smokey because he coons for the white man. Put on a nice Jell-O hat, started changing his voice, walking around looking like a Michael Clark Duncan bear, talking like Dr. Phil. Only you can prevent forest fires. And they don't even love Smokey like that. They don't. If you saw Smokey in your neighborhood, white people, your first thought will be property values. I know white girls who had a hiking phase in college, but if they brought home a cub, they'd be taking out the will. Got me wondering, do we judge Yogi based on the content of his character or the color of his fur? I started reaching this conclusion that grizzly was a slur for bears when I was about 4 years old. My dad took me and my sister to this beautiful place called Build-A-Bear Workshop. And it's so amazing because you can build any chimera of a bear you want, any atrocity under God that you choose. And he got my sister this beautiful white polar bear. And every time he pressed his paw, it would just say, I love you. And he got me, this ugly, brown, nigga-looking grizzly bear. This ugly-ass jigaboo grizzly bear. I hated that moon cricket so much. Every time you pressed his paw, it just said roar, which I've since learned actually means I love you in their language. My dad, he tried to be supportive, man. He tried to make sure that like I could learn to accept that bear. He would always take me aside and gently tell me, quit being a bitch. Which I've since learned actually means I love you in their language. And in his defense, I was being a bitch. But in our language, that just means I was 4. All right, y'all. That's going to be my time. Thank y'all for having me. Donate if you can. Thank you all for coming out. It's such a great show.
Thank you, Dorian, for coming out. Thank you. All right, folks. Now, for our next guest, we got repping Trinidad, but right now in South Florida, give it up for Miss Cindy Ann. You can follow her Instagram at Cindy Ann _. All right, Cindy Ann.
Give it up for your host, Jazz. What's up, guys?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. What's up, guys? Oh, my gosh. You know, these virtual shows, right? Gone are the days that we get nervous. Well, you know, they used to tell us when I just started comedy, they would say, Cindy Ann, just imagine yourself naked. You know, or imagine the audience naked. You see what I mean? Imagine the audience naked and whatever. But now that has all changed because I know you guys are sitting there naked, drunk and panic eating, you know? So what is up? What a year. What a year, right? Oh my gosh. You guys remember Y2K? Remember that? Remember when we were just so scared and panicking and wondering if the year 2000 was a leap year? I mean, that was like a big deal, you know? Remember that? Remember those simple times when, I don't know, like we were all upgrading and fixing our computers, you know, in anticipation for the millennial bug. Remember that shit? Yeah. Here we are, guys. this is it. This is 2020 came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. We are here, the year of the rat. You know that. You know that it's the year of the rat. And the rat is symbolic of fertility. How fitting that we're all quarantined. Oh, so we're clearly gonna have babies. This is a plot, guys. You know. Stay with me. Stay with me. I know, right? I don't know. Remember traveling? Remember traveling? I don't know. I just feel like so much has changed. Like, what? Remember traveling? Remember having to pay for more space? I want to see how they're gonna handle that shit now. Cause now, if we do not get enough space, we can sue their fuck it. I mean, this whole thing, guys. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Remember that? No more paying for more space. You know. Remember the exit row? Sitting in the exit row. You know, voluntarily, so that you would say, well, you would help save the rest of the flight. Remember that shit? Yeah, who gave a I mean, if that flight was in difficulty, you think I would stop to care? Because who's gonna prevent me from diving out of that plane first, is what I'm saying. You know? I don't know, as Jazz said, guys, I am originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, you can tell I'm on Trinidad and Tobago Drive. And it's weird. It's weird to me how excited people get to learn that I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. You know, it's like the perfect opportunity for them to share their craziest, funniest Jamaican vacation stories, you know, and I'm like, now is not the time. Now is not the time, because I don't care. I don't care. And look, I get it. Because if you guys are following the news, Jamaica just made history. They just exported toilet paper to the US for the very first time. I kid you not. They have, and that's great. I mean, for an island like Jamaica, any Caribbean island, I celebrate, you know? But the word on the street is that the toilet paper is illegal in 17 states, at least 17 states. And in some states, they are saying that you require a medical card to buy the toilet paper. Ironically, it's the first time a shipment out of Jamaica has not been seized by the Narcotics Bureau. You know what I'm saying? Well played. These are, you know, the one thing I've learned living here when I moved here is that insults are very different. Like you offend people very differently. You know, I remember someone saying, I overheard someone calling somebody else dog shit. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Are we talking US dog shit, or are we talking Trinidadian dog shit? Because I'll tell you what, the way they treat dog shit here, I think that's a compliment. I think, yeah. I'm just saying, we don't, I mean, in Trinidad, we stomp on dog shit, cars drive over dog shit, you know. I've seen people here with bags, you know, under their dogs to catch the dog shit. This is some real, I'm just saying that it's different. It's different. It's not the same. The insults are not the same. One thing people always assume when they hear I'm from Trinidad and Tobago is that I'm superstitious. I mean, they're not wrong, because I am. But it's just like, how do they know? Like, you know, what gives that away, you know? Like, I grew up and my mom said to me, if you ever buy a shoe for a guy, Sandian, he's going to walk out of your life. I was like, okay. But when shit started going badly with my ex, you're damn right. You're damn right I bought that sucker 12 pairs of shoes. Yeah. He's still walking. I wasn't about to take any chances, you know. And she would say to me, she said, look, if ever you sweep your legs or your feet, you're not going to get married. I thought that makes absolutely no sense. But as I got older and I did some research and I realized that the art of sweeping requires that you move, you know, the broom away from your body without lifting it from the floor. Then if ladies, all you single ladies out there and struggling, are you sweeping your feet? Because if you are, that means you are too fucking clumsy. And men are looking for people who could do better, you know? So maybe think about that, you know? Just try and think about that for a minute. Thanks to Villain Theatre for putting on this show, and I encourage you guys to donate. We're living in some serious, crazy times, you know, and I have to say, as a mom, my son lives in New York City, and it's been scary. It's hard because I think about him all the time. I worry a lot because I'm like, is he eating well? Is he sleeping? And God forbid that he has to move back home. I'm gonna have to change my address. So please, guys, donate and help me maintain my sanity. Okay. Thank you, guys. It's been great. Bye.
What a funny person. I love Cynthia and Jay. She's absolutely hilarious. Thank you one more time to Cynthia and Jay.
Woo! Thank you.
Woo! So funny. And she's from Trinidad and Tobago together.
That's right.
I'm having a great time. And if you guys are having a great time too, please donate to fundy.live/villaintheater. Jazz, are you having a great time?
This is great. This is great.
I mean, I know things are really rough right now, but we have to stick in this together. And of course, I'm so happy to introduce our next comedian. He's a writer and comedian of McDougal Street at the Grizzly Pear in New York City. He's also part of Different Shades of Comedy. Mr. Kenny Warren, everybody, the average black man. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, hear my theme music? I had to Def Comedy jam that shit up a little bit for y'all, you know? Hey man, we gotta do what we gotta do right now. It's just, we all been in the house for 3 months, man. Get loose a little bit. That's for you. Hey, move your shoulder. Okay, that was dope. What's going on, man? It's good to see y'all. Shouts out to JB and Jazz for hosting this thing. It's a good cause, and make sure y'all give. I'm in the Bronx right now, New York City, like she said. Shout out to Boogie Down. This is the place where, you know, when this whole COVID-19 situation started, it was like March, so it was still kind of cold outside. But in the Bronx, the ice cream man was still selling ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Bronx is real, y'all. Bronx is gully. The Bronx is gully. And when this whole stuff started, like in February, because I work at a barbershop, you know, I'm a barber, and the barbershop was packed. It was like February. It wasn't quite, it wasn't March yet. It was February, and the barbershop was packed, and all the conspiracy theorists was in the barbershop, and we was all talking about how black folks couldn't get it because we had O positive blood and all that. So we was talking shit, and a dude in my chair sneezed. Everybody in the shop turned their clippers off. And I told him, you can get the fuck out of here with that shit. We don't play that in the barbershop. And people was like, yeah, we don't play that here. And that's when I knew it was real. I don't know, man. It's been kind of cool, like getting to know yourself sometimes here in this time. I've been doing a lot of cooking, and that's about it. I've been binge watching though, y'all. I've binge watched Ozark. I've binge watched El Chapo, Narcos, and let me tell y'all something. White dudes get away with everything, y'all. They get away with everything. That shit is crazy. I was watching Californication. I love it. Don't get it twisted. I love the show. But he was in the 3rd season before he even went to court for having sex with a 16-year-old. I said, this is so I'm actually from Portland, Oregon, though. I've been out here in New York like 16 years. And the first month I got to New York, I got robbed on the train, right? And I fell asleep. I was drunk. I was high. I fell asleep. When I woke up, I got off the train. I was trying to, change trains because I went the wrong way. And I saw change was falling out of my pocket. So I looked down and my pocket was sliced open with a razor blade. And I was like, damn, I don't think this shit is working out. But I dug in my pocket a little deeper and I found that they had left me $2. And that's how much the train cost at that time. So I was like, damn, these some thoughtful ass thieves around here, man. I think I might stick around for a minute, And like I said, I'm from Portland. So Portland is like, when this whole COVID thing jumped off, Portland has the most Jack Shacks, strip clubs, and sex shops per capita than any other city in the country. And it rains 200 times a year. So women always stay wet. Now, this is the thing. They always... Portland is weird, man. This is because it has so many strip clubs and all that stuff. When this COVID thing jumped off, Portland was the first place to have drive-through strip clubs. Yeah, where you can get, you can get a steak and a side of ass. That's what they do in Portland.